This is a mutual reception astrology production in association with Astrology Shitposting Incorporated. Hello and welcome to the mutual reception astrology production of Moon and Gemini. For those of you that have had the good fortune of not running across many people with Moon and Gemini, this video will be a good introduction to the particular brand of insanity that natives of this moon sign are so infamous for. For those of you that are familiar, or that, God forbid, are Moon and Gemini, this video will just remind you of what a shit show this placement really is. What's very important to understand about Moon and Gemini is that they have no real filter and give the entire world a running commentary about all the different thoughts and emotions that are passing through their heads in real time. If you don't particularly care about what they're saying, that does nothing to stop the stream of consciousness pouring out of their mouth. They have a disease that is like dysentery, but instead of pooping to death, they talk everyone around them to death. While it is true that this unfiltered chatterbox aspect of their personality largely makes people shun them, in the magical age of social media, this does nothing to shut them up. Like a college student in the midst of a political awakening, Moon and Gemini will post all of their thoughts on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr as they have them, whether they are developed, undeveloped, or grounds for immediate involuntary commitment to a low-rent mental institution. If Moon and Gemini has the thought or feeling, it is immediately important that everyone in the world knows about it. The reason that Moon and Gemini spends all their time expressing their inner monologue is because of their total inability to deal with any of the implications of this monologue. One doesn't actually have to feel their feelings if they spew them out as soon as they hit. One doesn't actually have to deal with a dark thought if they just export that to a status update and outsource the work of processing it to their friends list. When people call Moon and Gemini on this behavior, they just make another status that blames their friends for not being accepting. That's just the kind of bitches they are. Totally unaware that their public mental breakdown can have any effect on others that they expect to validate them. While they are able to communicate their emotions quickly and easily, Moon and Gemini is notoriously unable to listen to other people's problems. With the empathy and attention span of a gnat, the only reason they ever do listen is to learn the buttons, handles, and levers on their friends that will help them later to get some surface gratification if pushed in the right order. With no real conscience or understanding of morality, the nihilism of Moon and Gemini is perhaps their worst trait of a gigantic pile of bad traits. They follow trends, whims, and urges with fanatical devotion that sometimes lasts as much as 2 weeks. With no real anchor, they just keep coming back home to their innate selfishness where they make themselves comfortable. While Moon and Gemini's special brand of fuckery and fakery can be immensely entertaining in small doses, it is truly an accumulative toxin and eventually binds others to be their audience, processing Moon and Gemini's emotions, puzzling through their crazy thoughts, and liking and sharing their little nuggets of faux wisdom on social media. What a tremendous waste of a placement, and may the devil have mercy on their lack of a soul. This has been a mutual reception astrology production, in association with Astrology Shitposting Incorporated. Look us up on the Book of Faces.